My name's Jeff Gault. I run All American Tattoo in Gainesville. We do piercings, tattoos, cover-ups, all around fun.
Awesome. Very cool. Very cool.
I'm Amber. I'm his wife. I do paperwork and travel with him to conventions when he does that and talk to people.
Okay, just kind of making sure everything happens.
Exactly.
I love it. I love it. So, Jeff, for listeners meeting you for the first time, can you share a little bit about your background and what led you into the tattoo industry?
So I got my first tattoo at 15 from my buddy's uncle that got out of prison. Showed me how to make a prison tattoo machine, and I've been doing it ever since. I ended up going to prison at 18 until early 30s. Moved out here to Virginia and ended up turning it into a career. I love what I do.
Wow. That's awesome. I feel like it was your calling in a way. You started very young, and look how it has just flourished and blossomed over the years.
It's been an adventure. Definitely an adventure. I've met a lot of great people. I've helped a handful of people like get into the industry and start their careers in it too.
Yeah.
It's very fulfilling.
Absolutely. And you've been running All American Tattoo for 9 years now and have really become the heart and soul of the shop. What has that journey been like for you over time?
Oh, that's a rough one. I mean, I love what I do. The gentleman that owns the shop is an amazing person. I don't think I've ever met anybody that has treated me so good from the jump. He's family, and he lets me run the shop how I want to run it. It's been very successful, rewarding emotionally and stuff. I'm 10 years sober this year, and he came into my life, into my wife's life when our son was just born, and he's been there. You know, if anything happens, I know I can reach out to him and he'll be there. But it's nice to have somebody that can trust me to run a shop how I feel it should be run. And for me, I worked at another place and I never felt appreciated. Here I feel very valued and appreciated.
I think also a sense of belonging comes into play too. You know you're in the right place and it was meant to be. He came in at the perfect time.
It's that weird thing where, you know, one door closes, another bigger and better one opens up.
Absolutely. And Amber, you've been such a supportive presence behind the scenes, both at home and sometimes around the shop. What has it been like watching Jeff pour so much of himself into All American Tattoo?
You know, it makes me want to cry because I'm very proud of him and who he's become, and he's grown so much since we've met. I actually met him because he started tattooing me, and you know, I never thought that we would end up together. Like, that is not how it, you know, it was not planned or anything like that, and I wouldn't change it for the world. Like, I definitely think that was God's way of, like, he knew what was right for me and for us, and I'm very proud of him. He has come such a long way. I think running All American helped him also be able to find himself more and like be able to, you know, not only dedicate to our family, but like dedicate more into what he loves to do and his passion, and he can give it all to All American rather than, you know, at conventions and things like that, like being able to run the shop how he wants to, and because he is very good at it, and you know, he's spent pretty much his entire life tattooing, so he knows what's right and what people want, and I think that that's very important. And yeah, I'm very proud of him, so I think he does a very good job at being a husband, at being a father, and running a business, because it's not easy.
I was going to say, especially just being at the forefront of everything, doing all the different things, tattoos, piercings, just the managerial side of it. I think that's awesome. And you're doing an amazing job from what I can tell.
He does it all. You know, he doesn't have any really assistants there to, you know, do anything. He's juggling a lot of the stuff, and still accomplishing it. So
I thrive on that.
yeah.
I love walking into the shop. I'm the only one at the shop at the moment. I'm picky on who I want to bring in because I know how I want the shop to run and how to treat the clientele when they come in. But I just love the go of it because like earlier in life I was diagnosed with ADHD. So being able to bounce from this to this to this, it keeps me centered.
You like to be busy.
I do. Idle hands do not work for me.
Yep. And you mentioned, a fun story of how you guys met, with Jeff being your tattoo artist at the time. Would you mind sharing that little story with us?
Yes, do tell.
So when I was ready to get my first tattoo, it was a memorial tattoo for a childhood dog. So my brother and I were getting matching tattoos. And my brother was like, well, you need to go to Jeff. You're not going anywhere else. You're going to Jeff. And I was like, okay, whatever. Like, I don't care. I'm getting a tattoo. So didn't know him, I just went. I listened to my brother. And it was cool. And then about a year later, I was like, I'm ready for another tattoo. And I reached out to him. And it was a big tattoo, so I was there for a decent amount of time. And, we talked a little bit and stuff. And then about a month later, I went in just to get some touch-ups and, think about planning my next one. And he just kept talking, and I was trying to sleep, actually. And he was like, so when are you going to take me out? And I was like, when are you going to take me out? And he was like, how about tonight? I get off at 8 o'clock. And I was like, okay, cool.
Uh-huh.
And I left there, and I was like, what did I just do? I was like, this is not, no. And, my mom was like, it's going to be okay. You'll have fun. And I'm like, we're going to have
You
nothing.
at least get a free meal.
I know. Yeah. And I was like, we're going to have nothing in common, a huge age gap. And we ended up going. We went to Longhorn Steakhouse. And I ordered a very big steak. And he ordered a smaller steak. And before
I got the ribeye.
There you go.
Before the server even brought the steak sauce back to him, mine was already gone. Because we were talking the whole time, and I was like, I cannot believe I just did that. Like, and he likes to tell everybody that.
I do.
Every time we go out to eat,
I like to tell her
like,
she licked the plate when she was done, too.
I did not, though.
She did not.
But every time we go out to eat, he's like, all right, eat like you did on our first date. And I'm like, honey.
That shows you're really comfortable with somebody.
Absolutely. And it was instant.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so nervous. I was like, we're going to have nothing in common. And it was just the total opposite. And then we've been together ever since. He kept asking me out, and I kept taking it.
The rest was history, right?
Yeah, the rest is history.
The cutest story. And Jeff, how would you describe the environment and experience you've intentionally created at All American Tattoo? And what do you want every client to feel when they walk through the door?
So we try to, it's a bright shop. I'm getting ready to redo the lights in there and repaint from other artists that have left. But we try to make it friendly. We joke a lot when you come in. We try to fill you out, how jokingly we can do with you. We try to make you feel welcome. I've had a lot of people have a lot of repeat clients. Piercings, tattoos, they'll bring their kids in after. We do small children to 90 for piercings. Depends on what piercing it is. Tattoos, we do, I try to make it welcoming. And I hear that a lot from people coming through the door. Oh, we like the shop. You guys are so funny. And some people don't like my joking. Everybody has an off day. Can't always be funny.
Everybody's different, right? Yeah, the experience you are able to provide, I think it's really awesome. Seamless from beginning to end, and being able to create those relationships, too, with your clients. Like you said, I'm sure you've got a lot of friends over the years through this job as well.
I have built a lot of friendships through the shop, through the conventions that we do with the shop and stuff like that. I know if something happens, I can reach out to these people. And they know they can come to me. I've had people that have had like issues and stuff. I have a kid I've been tattooing since he was 15. I covered up a tattoo of his, and he's almost 30 now. And he having some problems. with the drugs and stuff like that, and I've been supportive. He just went through like a rapid detox and everything, but I still keep in touch with him because, you know, I care. Yeah. And he knows if he needs to talk to somebody, I'm there. You know, we built some great friendships, great relationships.
And it's nice that, like, you know, he knows a lot of struggles that people go through and stuff, and, you know, and his clients and friends know that as well. So not only do they go and get ink therapy, but they also get to have Jeff therapy.
I'm not ashamed of my past. My past is my past. I moved forward from it, and if I can help somebody with their struggles, I've been there. I've done majority of the stuff that most people have gone through, and I've come out the other side. Never thought I could have been able to do that.
Yeah.
In my wildest dreams, I would never think I'd be living the life that I'm living if I looked back at the way I used to live and my mindset and stuff. I find it fulfilling.
Being able to be that listening ear for those and be able to be relatable because you understand, you've been there. I think that is just so wonderful and so full circle as well, to see how far you've come and how much stronger you grew from those experiences to be the man you are today.
Okay. Thank you.
And Amber, from your perspective, what do you think clients connect with most when they work with Jeff? Is there any other particular thing you can think of that just really makes that connection with them?
I think just because, like, so I call Jeff my Pop-Tart. Like, he looks hard on the outside, but he is super soft on the inside. Like, he is the sweetest person, and, like...
Don't tell people that.
He is. He's so sweet. Like, he would give the shirt off his back to anybody. Like, whether he's met you or not, if you needed help, he would do what he could to help. You know, he's had a lot of apprentices that, you know, nobody would give them a chance because of their past, and they would come to him, or people would recommend them go to Jeff, and Jeff would give them a chance. Like, he's like, I'm not going to judge you for your past, I'm going to judge you for who you are now, you know, so show yourself. So I feel like when people do come in and they can get that connection with him, like, he's not going to judge you for what you've done in your past, and he's not, you know, he's giving you a chance, and that should be very comforting. And that's one thing that I really love about him is, like, I know that he's very caring and genuine, and that people that meet him can have that too. They can see that too, and know that, you know, he's there for them, whether it's strictly just being a client or if they want to have a friendship with him. Like, he's just there for you. He's just a very sweet and genuine person, and I feel like that's a good connection to have, like, especially because when you think about it, like, some people don't get those connections with, you know, people that do services for them. You know, it's just like a go in, get your service,
like
and
a
leave.
job.
Yeah. Whereas, like, it's more than that for him, and that's nice. Like, coming from a client, because I was a client, and I enjoyed just going in and knowing that he was cool and easy to be around, and yeah.
Oh, you say that now.
Just an easygoing, nice person to talk to.
Yeah.
And I love how you meet people where they're at. You don't judge.
Exactly.
And that's awesome.
Exactly.
Tattooing is such a personal art form because people are often honoring meaningful moments, memories, or parts of their identity. How do you approach that responsibility as an artist?
Oof. So everybody has their own styles and stuff like that. I try to take what you're bringing in that's on you permanently, and I tweak it to my style, but I always know that I do my best. I give it my all. If it's a small little tattoo or if it's a big tattoo, that person's wearing a part of me for the rest of their life. And I try to give them the best that I can.
Absolutely. It's such a personalized and customized experience, you know? And to be able to create that art that will be with them pretty much forever. How cool. How neat.
Yeah.
And you've seen the tattoo industry change a lot over the years. What are some trends or shifts that you think clients should understand before choosing an artist or a style?
Well, everybody has their own styles. Everybody has their own knowledge of what they're doing. It took me a long time when I first started to figure out what's going to last in a tattoo, what's going to look good over time, not just for the short term. I'm not a fan of this, what they quote as fine line tattoo. I just had to cover some up this week because they're 2 months old and so light because the person that executed the tattoo isn't experienced enough to make sure that it's going to stay forever. And I see that as a huge fad with the fine line stuff. When I first started learning, solid lines are your foundation. It's like building a house. If your lines aren't solid and good, your tattoo's not going to look good. If your foundation on your house isn't solid, your house is going to come down. That's one of the very first things that I learned in the industry, and I still thrive for it today. I can do a very thin line tattoo, but the tattoos that I do they're going to stay with you. They're not going to fall out and fade and stuff like that.
They're going to last.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful.
The good old adage, bold will hold.
That's right. That's right. It's a good piece of advice, too, for anyone thinking about getting a tattoo.
And listen to your artist.
Yep.
Listen to your artist, because for the majority of the people, majority of the artists, they know what they're talking about, what's going to look at fingers. Everybody, I want this little thing. Okay, it's not going to last long. It's going to be spotty. It's going to be this. And majority of people will listen to. Then you have the ones that like, no, I absolutely want it. All right, I'll see you back in a couple months.
It's best to just leave it to the pros, listen to them. They know what they're doing. They do this every day.
Yeah.
And you're known for prioritizing your clients and being as accommodating as possible with their schedules. Why is that flexibility so important to you?
I like to be busy, for one. The way that I like to operate, if you have an appointment, I am ready when you walk in the door. We'll fill out your forms and stuff like that, and we'll get you in the chair and get you started and get the process started, because your time is just as valuable as mine. The way that I schedule my stuff, it's typically back to back with a small break in between, because I know how to, I try to manage my time to where if my day doesn't run right, your day's not going to run right. And I don't feel that's fair to other clients and you or myself. So, I mean, I do have children. I work every day, noon to 6, except for Tuesdays. Tuesdays are my day off for me and my wife. I do take vacations once a year, and I do conventions. But other than that, I'm at the shop. So I try to take care of what I can. But I am accommodating because I drop my children off at school at 7:30 in the morning. So I have that leeway that I might or might not be doing something other than sleeping on the couch at the shop, getting ready for the day. That if you can't get in after 12 o'clock, I'll try and fit you in before. I've done it quite a few times.
Yeah.
Or stay late.
If
people can't get off work.
I try to be accommodating because I want you to get your tattoo. And I've learned, God, it's been since COVID. Everybody is like out for themselves and very demanding on their time. And I don't know how to say it. It's like everybody's out for themselves. I'm trying to get you what I can when I can.
Yeah. Having that strive for, those early mornings, those late nights, being able to accommodate to people's busy schedules. Everybody's got a million things they're doing. Mm-hmm. They have kids. You guys get it. Mm-hmm. So
yeah,
I think that's a great way to be able to run it. And like you said, you have the West Virginia Tattoo Expo coming up in Morgantown in August, I believe, right?
Yes.
What can people expect from that experience?
I've done conventions, New York, Baltimore, Philly, Richmond. The West Virginia one, the gentleman that puts it on, Rocco Cunningham, it's more of a family affair. I've been doing it, 14 years? I think 14, 15 years for the August show. And it's like, in the industry, it's got to where all the artists kind of like don't get along, but at the shows, everybody comes together. It's like seeing family.
Mm-hmm.
You know, every time we walk into the West Virginia show, everybody's like, "Hey, bro, what's up? How you doing? How's the family? How's the kids?" And it's the same thing every show. I met a bunch of new clients at the April show that we did, and tattooed a bunch of repeat clients. I have some that will actually come from West Virginia to come to the shop to get tattooed.
Wow.
Yeah. And the conventions are they're a lot of fun. Even if you're not planning on getting tattooed, just to be able to go and see all the different artists and their styles and stuff, it is a lot of fun. Like, when we get there, before he, like, opens up his booth, like, we'll just walk around and look and say hi to everybody. But, you know, we'll go and visit some conventions that he's not working just to go and visit, because they are fun to, like, see everything, and it's nice.
These conventions seem like a great opportunity to just reconnect, regroup with old friends, clients, and just say, hey, how's it going? How have you been?
Yeah.
They are a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
Awesome. And for people who live near Gainesville or the surrounding areas and may not even realize All American Tattoo is right there, what would you want them to know about the shop?
That we're there. Where we're located, it's not in the cut, but it's in the cut, and the property management won't let us put a sign out on the road and stuff. I have clients that live 3-4 miles from the shop. They'll come in for a piercing, like, how long have you been here for? 9 years. Like, wow, I never knew you were here. You know, so I'm trying to get the advertisement out. I'm trying to get more word of mouth out. I mean, we're very successful, but we're just trying to get out there more.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of like a hidden gem, if you will.
Literally. I know, I have to describe to people when they ask me, like, oh, where'd you get your tattoos? And I'm like, oh, All American, Jeff does them. Oh, where's that? And I'm like, you know where 7-Eleven is on 29?
Yeah.
Across from the Wawa?
Across from the Wawa. It's
by
right
Glass
there.
Uh-huh.
So that's the best way to describe it. And people are like, oh, okay, I know where the 7-Eleven's at. And then, yeah.
Super
But
easy to get to.
Yeah, like he said.
It's very, very close, right off 66.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it would be nice if they were allowed to put a sign out, but they're not. So it makes it a little bit more, difficult unless you know what you're going in that area for.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's important for potential clients that are in the area that would like to check out the shop. Like, you're more than welcome just to come in and look. Look
around,
Yeah.
browse. Always have time
Yeah.
for a conversation. I can multitask like the best of them.
For sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good to know. And looking ahead, what are your hopes for All American Tattoo and the community you're continuing to build around it?
I'd like to do some community service type stuff. I have a lot of friends that are veterans. When they do, and they're in one of my really good friends is the head of a veterans bike club. When they ask, I will always donate gift cards to them. And I try to do that with other companies and stuff. Try to help them, they help us, word of mouth type stuff. I just want us to stay and flourish.
Absolutely. Hey, there's nothing better than that. And for anyone listening who wants to book a tattoo, piercing, or just simply learn more about your work, where can they find and connect with All American Tattoo?
So I have my personal Instagram. We have a Facebook page. I'm working on a new webpage. I'm working on to where you ask your phone closest tattoo shop that will be popping up that way too.
Okay. Lots of ways to reach out. I love it.
Yeah, and his Instagram is
JG_Inc1.
Perfect. Everybody's going to have to check it out
Yeah.
and see your beautiful work. I know I was looking at it.
awesome.
And you'll still let us in the door? You're awesome.
As we wrap up, is there anything either of you would like to add that I haven't touched on today?
No, I think
That's about it.
yeah,
I think we covered it.
yeah, I think so. We hope to see you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you so much, Jeff and Amber, for joining me on the podcast today and sharing your knowledge and creative passion and stories with us. I wish you both the very best in all that comes your way in the future.
Well, thank you
so
very
much.
much.
Thank you.